All right, welcome back. Maybe at some point I will put something in terms of an intro music, something along the lines. I can actually put music on, but um, this is day 7 and just keeping it going. Yesterday we had a market report on Talent Talk that streamed across. Today I wanted to try something different. I have no idea how this is going to go. So this is just going to be interesting. You can see what I put in the title, which is Gergen versus AI. And so what I'm going to do here is just go on to ChatGPT. I know there has been a lot of progress in terms of what AI has done over the past year, AI, artificial intelligence, whether that has to do with making copy or blog posts, being able to actually even do some video editing or help with deep fakes or even your own voice. There's so many different things. I'm kind of excited to explore it. And if you're interested, I think I'll just do some lives while I'm learning. If it's something that helps you, fantastic. I know I'm just really curious. With AI here in specific, though, ChatGPT has been a huge amount of conversation. So what I've done is I've just got one of the ChatGPT windows up over here. I can just flip it over here, and where you would get to that, if you wanted to explore this, if you haven't seen it, it is you can have a conversation with artificial intelligence or with the computer, or it can help you put thoughts together. Or if you needed to, let's say you needed a blog post. I've been using Jasper AI a little bit, but I'm excited to try this because it's based on the same engine, but it goes about it in a different way. It can even do formulas like you're trying to create code. You can do so many different things. But you could go here to openai.com. It's free right now during this release period. So I'm just going over here, and then you can go into a chat. Now, we can do this chat in a lot of different ways. I guess one thing is I'm curious to ask it maybe a real estate question or so, but at the same time, just in general, I'm curious about what it would do because I haven't played with it. I kind of saved it to do here. Maybe this is a great way to do it. Maybe it is a terrible way to do it. But if I'm going to do it, I think I want to put a little background music on. So all insane, but we'll check it out together. All right. So with this in mind, we could, looking at the examples, we can ask it to explain quantum computing because, of course, that is the first thing that's on our mind. Any ideas for creative ideas for 10-year-old's birthday party? Remember what user said? Well, you know what? Best way to figure something out is just to kind of go in and maybe try to break it. I don't think I'm going to break it, but what might I want to do? You know what? I have a half marathon I need to do next month, and I have not been training. I'm way behind. So let me do this. What is the best routine to train for a half marathon in 6 weeks? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay. It says training for a half marathon in 6 weeks is going to be challenging, but it is possible if you are already in good shape. I am not positive about that, but I am in A shape. Here's the general training plan that you can follow. Start by running 3 to 4 times per week. That doesn't sound bad. I've done that. I'm up for 5 to 7 times even. Gradually increasing your distance each week. The week run, aim for a total run of 15 to 20 minutes. My goodness, look how much it is putting together here. Wow. That is really cool. You see that? In week 2, aim for a run total of 20 to 25 miles. Week 3, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 40 to 35 to 40. And week 6, taper your training by reducing the total miles you run to 25 to 30 miles. It's important to listen to your body and not push yourself too hard. If you start to feel tired or experience pain, take a break and rest. It's better to miss a day of training than to risk injury. Sounds like really good advice. In addition to running, be sure to include some strength training exercises such as squats and lunges to help build your leg muscles and improve your running performance. Stretching and foam rolling can also help prevent muscle soreness and injuries. Finally, be sure to get plenty of sleep and eat a healthy, balanced diet to support your training. Wow. That is so much better than I thought it would be. Okay, so it looks like there's something down here that says regenerate response. What do you suppose that's going to do? Now, why don't we try it? Oh, I got to go to the right spot over here, regenerate response. Okay, it is generally not recommended to train for half marathon. Um, if you're not already an experienced runner, I've done some running. Not just marathons. If you're going to run marathon 61. Interesting. That first response was really detailed. This one is much more consolidated and not necessarily a plan as much as a almost more like what feels like advice. Interesting. What happens if we do that one more time? As long as you are able to commit here is a general outline. So would you look at that? It's giving me step by steps again, but they're different step by steps. This is really kind of cool. But what do you think? I mean, is this really interesting? And as far as relevance goes, it's absolutely relevant because I am going to be doing the half marathon and I do need to get my training going, but I don't know that I expected a response quite like this. Very cool. Huh. All right. I asked the question the other day. I think I'm gonna end up saving this and taking this out a little further. I think it's actually kind of interesting. I'm curious how far or how deep this will go. But with the another part, I've been thinking about sleep and getting better sleep, and it was mentioned in one of the advice spots inside of here. So let's see, how can I get better, more restorative? I wonder what it's going to say. There's several strategies you can improve quality sleep to a consistent sleep schedule. That'd be really good, even on the weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine to help you wind down before sleep. Might include activities, reading, taking a warm bath, and practicing relaxation techniques like deep breathing meditation. Look at this go! My goodness! Make sure your sleeping environment is conducive to sleep. It includes keeping your bedroom dark, quiet, and at a comfortable temperature. Avoid scenes or screens because our life is full of scenes, right? Avoid screens such as phones, tablets, computers for at least an hour before bed as blue light emit and disrupt your body's natural sleep wake cycle. Exercise regularly, but avoid vigorous workouts close to bedtime. Interesting. I would almost think that a workout prior to bed might have to sleep a little bit, but maybe it just gets the heart racing and the blood pumping a little bit more than you want. Avoid consuming caffeine, alcohol, and large meals close to bedtime, and try relaxation techniques again with deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or visualize to help you unwind before sleep. If you continue to having difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep by trying these strategies, you may want to consider consulting. Interesting. Okay. This is all right. So let's ask it a real estate question. How broad do we want to go? What would be a good real estate question? I'm trying to think something that we can do. What happened to the residential? Let's do that. Residential real estate market in 2022. So why don't we just ask it, what happened backward? Let's see what it says. What happened? Do I need a new chat? Or is it really thinking? Interesting. I don't know what happened there. Let me try to do this. No, it's not going to work. So why don't I try a new chat and go accidentally flip my screens around where it messed me up just a moment. Hold on a sec. This is with that new chat. I happened to the residential real estate market in 2022. Sorry, but I'm unable to predict. This is a prediction. Oh, interesting. My training data only goes up until 2021, so I'm not able to provide information about events or trends after that year. Huh. Okay. How about this? A broader question, just for fun. What is the most important for a buyer to consider when purchasing a home to live in? There are many factors that buyers should consider when purchasing a home to live in, including location, size, and layout of the home, sure, condition of the property, and some of the most important things include affordability. Absolutely. You have to make sure that it's not only the purchase price of the home itself, but what is that monthly payment going to be, and can you afford it? Not only in the short term, but the long term. Location of the home can be a major factor. There's always that thing: location, location, location. Location of the home can be a major factor in its value and desirability. Consider factors such as proximity to schools, public education, transportation, and amenities. Sometimes it only feels like English is a second language for me. Size and layout. So consider the size of the home or the layout of the rooms to make sure it meets your needs and is a good fit for your family. Absolutely. And not only consider the needs for today, but consider the needs further down the road. So that it's not like you end up purchasing a home today, but in 2 to 3 years, you find yourself in a position that you have to make another change again. There are plenty of things that can affect that. There can be life events, there can be relocations, there can be job things that impact that. But as best you can, absolutely, you want to consider having a home that's laid out well, that you have a chance to build some equity and actually make some progress on that home. Condition of the property. Number 4, make sure to have the home inspected by a professional to assess the condition of the property and identify any potential issues that may be addressed. So a home inspection. If the home inspection doesn't, some things might be called out, being able to get additional inspections or a professional in that area to be able to check it out. That's great. And then future plans. If you have plans to sell the home in the future, you may want to consider factors such as potential resale value of the property. Wow, you know what? For something that is, let's say, not a real estate professional, but you're looking to put together some information to help address some things and come off of a leading off. So something that can help you have or start into a conversation. This is really not that bad. That's good. Because within there, you can always expand on it. So affordability, what does that affordability mean? It is important to make sure that you can afford the home and monthly mortgage payments. Okay, that is the start of a point, but it is not the point itself, because there are a lot of things that can impact that for any buyer or for yourself if you're ever considering buying, moving up, moving down, whatever the case might be. What other things go, whether there might be what you end up putting down, what if there's going to be PMI, private mortgage insurance, what any taxes might be, if there are things that might change the value of the home along the way, but that, or what might be happening in the neighborhood, etc. Good. And then of course that comes into location. Nice. I like it. You know what? If I could see using something like this, as I'm trying to put together content and I'm looking for different ideas, I could see this not being what actually creates the content in and of itself, But I could see using something like this to help put together some outlines for content. So if I was trying to, if I wanted to talk about something, but I wasn't sure exactly where I might want to start, running a couple of scenarios. So let's regenerate this response, see what happens. But if I was curious about a couple of different ways I might approach it, I could see start or doing something like this just to get the ideas flowing, to get the spark, the embers, like take them from just being a small little ember into a flame of something. So here's okay. So what it did is it took the same 5 points last time, and then it just more or less restated them in a new way. So it looks like, let's try that regenerate again. Maybe there are 5 core responses that it kind of knows, and then it's putting the information together. Because again, you see number one is location, where it was number two the last time. Budget was affordability, size and layout, condition, future plans. What happens if I do regenerate again? So many factors, some of the most important to go. Yep, here we go. All right, so yeah, we've got location, we've got size, layout, we've got condition, budget, which again, affordability, and then future plans. So it's kind of going inside of there. Oh, look at this. Now it actually throws in a brand new one. So instead of the 5, it put in a brand new thing inside of here. Emotional attachment. Like that. It's natural to develop an emotional attachment to a home, especially if it's your first home or you spend a lot of time and effort looking for the right one. However, it's important to keep your emotions in check and make the decision based on logical factors rather than just how you feel about a particular property. You know what? That's really true. But at the same time, you can't necessarily take emotion out of the whole equation. What I mean by that is when people are making purchasing decisions, we have to like it too. I mean, it'd be great to think that we could operate just like an AI does, which is emotionless and maybe just takes a complete look at the numbers are the numbers, and this makes sense, and it just is what it is. Like 1 + 1 = 2. There's no way 1 + 1 = 3 unless you put emotion into it, right? It kind of clouds that equation. And more often than not, when we make decisions we're really happy with, we normally actually start with liking the decision. Like we actually almost lead with emotion, that if we really like it first, it feels good, it resonates with our soul, then we'll use logic to, okay, it does all this. It meets the location, it meets the size and layout, it meets the condition, meets the budget, meets the future plans. It does all these things. We use that almost to reinforce the decision that we want to make because of our emotion. Now, this isn't always the case, but many times that's how a decision is arrived at, especially from those small ones. But for a home, I think you really do need to love that home too. This is kind of cool. I like it. It just is going through and giving some different ideas of what you might want to consider inside of there. Yeah, I'm curious. If you're watching this, I'm posting this out live across different platforms. It's a little bit later, so I'm probably not doing too many live. But if you are watching this after, I'm curious what you think. I think this is, for me personally, I'm going to play around with it. And there are a couple other artificial intelligence AI things that will kind of come along with this ride as well. I might just start coming on and doing some of this just for fun, because I'm going to learn from it. And if you want to, you can join this journey with me as I explore some different things. Yeah, tell me what you think. What is your feedback on what you just saw? I think it's kind of cool, but I don't necessarily know what it's going to mean in the end, but it's certainly something. And as we're looking forward to things, they are continuing to progress, even with this ChatGPT, which was OpenAI. Microsoft, I guess, has invested a ton of money into this. I think $1 billion or so. And hear that maybe this is going to help drive the search engine that they support, which is, or that is their search engine. not Google, but Bing. And we may see some AI integration in there. And if it does continue this route, it could change a lot of the things that we go, how we do searches, how we are looking up information, how we interact with the internet itself. Really, really kind of cool. So, yeah, hopefully you have a great night. I am going to knock off for the night. Hopefully, I am going to get some sleep because I just learned a couple new tricks. Right. Other than that, hope you have a great evening, hope or whatever time it is you're watching. If it's morning, I hope you have a great morning. I hope you have a great day. If it is evening, I hope you get some rest. All right, until tomorrow.